how y'all are. I'm glad that you can join me today, I guarantee. And welcome back to another Haunted Indiana Ghost and Strange Phenomenon of the Hoosier State, written by James A. Willis. Today is October 24th, Thursday, 2019. In tonight's tale, Ghosts of the Big Tunnel of Tunnelton. Almost everyone who visits Tunnelton, Indiana, nestled in Lawrence County, for the first time asks the locals the same question. So where's the tunnel? After all, one would assume that with a name like Tunnelton, there's got to be a tunnel somewhere. Well, in the case of this tiny town, not only does it deliver with one whopper of a tunnel, but the entire area surrounding it is said to be haunted by more ghosts than you could shake a spectral stick at. In the 1850s, the Ohio and Mississippi Railroad was laying tracks through the area when they ran into a problem. In front of them was a hill that seemed to be composed mostly entirely out of limestone. They were down in the valley with the White River blocking their route in one direction, so the railroad had no choice but to attempt to plow right through the hill. It was a rough going, and a few workers are said to have lost their lives in the process, but they eventually made it through the other side. They had been forced to create a bend in the tunnel. However, it was so sharp that one is unable to see the other end from the opening. The tunnel itself ended up being nearly 1,800 feet long, earning it the title Big Tunnel. In fact, the name is still visible to this day over the entrance. Today, the tunnel is still used by the CSX transportation. Although not many trains make their way along the tracks, but that doesn't mean the tunnel is abandoned. Far from it. In fact, it is a popular travel destination for younger and old alike, most of whom are trying to catch a glimpse of the many ghosts said to haunt the tunnel. But just who are these ghosts? One ghost believed to haunt the site is that of one of the workers killed during the tunnel's construction. Apparently, the man lost his head while working in the tunnel, but his spirit remained. His headless ghost is said to roam the tunnel at night, lantern in hand, searching for his lost head. There is also a long-standing rumor that during construction, the workers were unaware that there was a cemetery on top of the hill they were digging under. As the workers dug one by one, bodies and caskets from the cemetery fell through the tunnel roof onto the ground, creating a rather rude awakening for some of the spirits who were enjoying their eternal slumber. Most were apparently able to get back to sleep, but a few restless souls never recovered and wandered the tunnel. Two ghosts frequently seen are a middle-aged man and a younger girl. The best-known ghost of the Big Tunnel, however, is Henry Dixon. While the events leading up to Dixon's demise are shrouded in a mystery, it is clear he was a victim of foul play. Whether or not he was killed inside the tunnel or his body was simply dumped there is unknown. But the killer's intent was that a train would come by and destroy the remains. Dixon's body was actually discovered before a train came through, but there still is not enough evidence to convict anyone, and the case remains unsolved to this day. Perhaps that's why Dixon's ghost still hangs around at the tunnel, waiting for justice to finally be served. Finally, if you walk up the tracks just a short distance from the tunnel, you will find yourself in an area known locally as the Devil's Backbone. It is here that on one dark night, a family was riding along the ridge above the tracks in their horse-drawn carriage. Perhaps something spooked the horses, or maybe the driver simply lost control of the carriage. Either way, the entire carriage, family and horses, and all plunged over the embankment, killing everyone. Today, they say that if you're in the Devil's Backbone on just the right night, you will hear the fatal crash being reenacted. First, you will hear the wild neighing of the horse, followed by a woman's screams, and then children crying. After that, the sounds of something big and heavy reverberate across the hillside. Then all will be silent once again, without a single trace of anything happening. And that concludes tonight's tale. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you would like to come find me on social media, my links are in the description. Please be sure to hit that bell icon to stay informed when I drop another episode of Haunted Indiana. We are just 2 episodes left in the season. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all for listening. I love you all.